Happy Friday, Roanchar Ranchers. I hope everybody has had a wonderful week. We are coming to you from the third pasture because this is the only way to get these guys after dinner. They, as soon as they're done, they're back out here. So, decided to take the show on the road. As you can see, the sky is pretty ominous. That is actually blowing around us. The wind is coming from my back, and so it is pushing that through. So you can see that we're in sun. We have had a very busy week. I don't know what the heck is going on, but all of a sudden, the calls from our ad are just flooding in. We haven't had the ad in the newspaper for almost a month now, and people are just calling left, right, and center. And we have started going out and visiting some of the horses, getting pictures from some of the horses, to see if they are, what condition they are in and what help they need. It's a difficult decision, I won't lie. With the amount of calls that we're getting and the range of horses that we're getting, we whittle it down to the ones that we think need the most help, and then we go out and see and visit and talk. 9 times out of 10, the description that they give of the horse is actually not the condition that they're in. Case in point, we went out and we saw a black Percheron mare this morning, and the owner said one thing when we talked on the phone, and when we did an evaluation, it was totally different. She is thin. She has lost her top line pretty significantly. If you don't know what I mean by the top line, let me show you on Billy. Give me a second. I hope you can hear me because it's windy out here, and I was standing by a bush to block it, so I'm no longer blocked, but let me see if... So, Billy's top line is very, very good. So, this is the top line. So, you can see that with him, it's like this, and that's what you want. With the horse that we looked at, it was like this. So if you see the spine, it's more of caved in. So all of that muscle that's in here has been atrophied, has gone away, and it pushes against the spine, or deteriorates to the spine, and essentially leaves a divot, almost like a pothole. And so that's how she looked, which is not what they said her condition was. You can see it a little on Louis. It's just that Louis's got a different body type. So Louis's withers are more pronounced. So the divot I'm talking about, now this isn't anything that's wrong with Louis, but if you look right here, if you think if you imagine that is in the middle of his back, and this is the ribs, but it would be lower, that space right there, that's what's happening down here on the horse that we looked at. So she needs senior feed. He said that she is only on, let me get over by a bush again, hold on. doubt you're going to be able to hear me. Hold on. Hopefully you can hear. Okay. So what she needs is she needs to be on equine senior feed, and that is what I told the gentleman, instead of just being on grain. She's pretty much just on oats, and he even said it's pretty much going right through her. So I told him, get some senior feed, and you're probably going to have better results. I have no idea if he's going to do it or not. She also has some leg issues. It looks like she has had a swollen rear leg in the past, and the swelling has gone down, but you can still see that she had it at one point, and then her knee on her other back leg is swollen as well. So, you know, she's 24 years of age, so she has been worked hard, and it's time for her to retire, and it's time for her to get some medical attention to get her feeling more comfortable. So that's one horse that we looked at. We are looking at another one tomorrow. This is a younger horse. While we were coming back from the horse that we saw today, we got a call about another horse that actually was in the same area that we were in. Unfortunately, we had already been more than halfway back home, so we weren't going to turn around and see that horse. But that's a younger horse too. That one's only 15. Has had several foals, and the rear end has dropped. The rear legs have dropped. I'm assuming that mare's got probably DSLD, but I'm getting pictures from that one in video. Hopefully we'll be able to see what we need to see, and we don't have to go back to that area, because it's about an hour and 20 minutes from us. The one that we're going to look tomorrow is 2 hours and 20 minutes, which isn't too bad. For those that know, I work a full-time job on top of doing the rescue. I am used to traveling roughly 45 minutes to an hour one way to get to my work. So traveling's not a big deal for us. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll have to make a decision. And we still have in the pipeline a 20-some-odd-year-old gelding that we have pictures on. So we have to make a decision. And like I said, it's not an easy decision at all. It's very, very difficult. There's a lot of things that come into play. How is it going to work with the herd dynamic? How is it going to work with personalities if we bring in two horses that don't know each other? And how is that going to work out? And what's a plan B if it doesn't? Hi, Charlie Boy. Charlie Boy is being very close quarters today. Hi, buddy. What you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to get around him while I'm talking to you guys. So it is a very, very difficult decision, especially with the young ones. Depending on what their condition is, how likely is it that that they're going to be adopted? I'm hopeful that younger horses would be more appealing to people. But, you know, Louis's been here for 6 years now, and he was 10 years old when he got here. So there's that plays in the back of our heads. You know, we're still looking for a home for Louis, and we will continue. But as time goes on, we're realistic with the likelihood that he is going to find a family. I think that window is closing. So, not that we're not going to keep trying, but we're, like I said, we're being realistic. And with that comes the fact, you know, we're limited in space. Actually, we're not limited in space. We're limited in finances. We've got 47 acres here, so that's not the issue. We've got 10 of it pastured off right now. It's how much support we're going to get, and that drives how many horses we are going to have at the facility at one time. So we want to be fiscally responsible. We continue to be fiscally responsible. So there's a lot of variables that come into play. Do we wish that we could save them all? Hell yeah. It is very, very difficult to say no when you know what's going to happen 9 times out of 10. A couple of the people have said flat out they are not going to send the horse to auction. You know, that's saying one thing, but you know, when push comes to shove and they don't have the feed in the wintertime or the hay, you know, they're going to do what they have to do. So, as far as our guys go, they are all doing very, very well. You saw how well Billy is doing. He looks great. He's moving around great. He has come to a truce with Abe, which is amazing. Abe still tries to push him around, but Billy's not scared of him anymore and just stands there. And if Abe starts to squeal, he's like, yeah, big deal. Squeal away. You're not going to hurt me. So that's nice to see. And Louis is doing very, very well. He, you saw what condition he's in. He's in beautiful condition. And you can see the boys are loving being out on pasture. They've got a couple more weeks out here. I have to go and check the second pasture, which is the bigger pasture, and see how close we're getting to letting them out on that one. I also have to check the fourth one, because if the second one's not ready to go, if the fourth one is dry enough, we'll let them up there first and switch the rotation. So normally we let them out on the spring pasture, which is the third pasture, and then we put them up on the second one. This year it might have to be, we put them up on the fourth one first, and then the second one later in this season once the grass grows. But we'll have to take a look at what it looks like. That is pretty much it. Oh, we were supposed to have our new farrier today. She had to reschedule to Wednesday due to travel. She was actually going to be closer on Wednesday, and she asked if it was okay if we switched so that she didn't have to travel so much, and I said of course. So she's going to be coming in on Wednesday, if you guys were wondering what happened there. So that is pretty much the update on the crew. I will keep you guys updated on if and when, well, we will make a decision. When we make a decision on what we're doing with the horses that we're visiting and the owners that we were talking to. If you guys are interested in either fostering or are interested in companion horses, which is what these horses are going to be that are potentially coming in, please reach out. If you know of somebody that might be interested, let them know. These horses that we're looking at would make great first horses for people that are interested in drafts. They have done everything. They are well trained. Things that they have to do is be taught as to how to pick up their feet. But it's all things that can be done. We're doing it with Billy. It's very, very doable. If you've been with us, we've done it with Apollo. So please help us help them. If you know of anybody that wants to foster or adopt a draft horse, let us know. Get them in contact with us. We'll see what they're looking for, and hopefully we can make a connection. All right, Roan Chaw Ranchers, I will talk to you guys next week. Be well, be safe.